Welcome to Wentworth Woodhouse near Rotherham in South Yorkshire. It's February 2026 and the Landmark Trust is delighted to announce an exciting project to regenerate and restore the South Tower upper chamber here, along with adjoining rooms in the quadrant, the block that links the tower to the main house. Acting in partnership with the Wentworth Woodhouse Preservation Trust, Landmark has been developing this project for some time, and we've just launched our appeal for the restoration of this secluded hideaway. If we can raise the money we need, work could begin as soon as summer 2026, and you can help make this happen by donating through our website. Meanwhile, this video looks at the history of this remarkable architectural treasure. Wentworth Woodhouse boasts the longest facade of any country house in Britain. The central block of the mansion is flanked by two wings from which quadrants reach out to meet the two towers that adorn each end of the facade. Now in 2026, building preservation charity the Landmark Trust is embarking on an exciting restoration project of the South Tower in partnership with the Wentworth Woodhouse Preservation Trust. We'll follow that process in due course, but this film sets out what we know so far about the history of the South Tower. Work on the east front of this vast Palladian house was begun around 1730, and as we see it today, it's mostly the work of architect Henry Flitcroft. Flitcroft's design was used to complete the first version of the house. Note how the two wings only had two floors at first. The large windows on the second floor of the towers light the biggest rooms that they each contain. Originally, the only access to the South Tower's upper chamber was via a bridge from the gardens. The 1730 engraving suggests that there were originally windows in this upper chamber facing onto the roof of the south quadrant, or perhaps they were blocked up all along. The east front of the main house was completed by 1748 by the first Marquis of Rockingham, but he died in 1750. The second Marquis and his wife, Lady Mary, took over in 1751. The second Marquis was a prominent Whig politician and twice Prime Minister of Great Britain in times of great political turmoil. His wife was local heiress Mary Bright, who he married when she was just 17 years old. She was no less impressive, managing two principal seats and over 100 servants. She actively supported her husband in his political career, and he called her his Minerva at my elbow, after the Roman goddess of wisdom and learning. It took decades to complete the internal fit-out of the mansion, and the South Tower's upper chamber probably came low on the to-do list. And it was Lady Mary, the second Marchioness, who took on the decoration of the upper chamber in the South Tower to be her own parlour in the late 1770s. As we see the room today, it's difficult to visualise the full elegance of the space that she created, but most of her scheme is known. The plaster plaques on the walls were bought in the early 1770s from London suppliers. Lady Rockingham seems to have chosen feminine subjects for her parlour, personifications of spring and winter on the east and west walls, a woman sacrificing at a classical altar on the fireplace wall. In 1778, architect John Carr of York was working on the tower. Lady Rockingham and he arranged delivery of a beautiful yellow and white marble chimney piece bought by the Rockinghams at auction, which still survives. Above was a fine marble plaque carved by the great sculptor Joseph Nollekens. This is safe in storage, awaiting its reinstatement. The original ceiling in the upper chamber hasn't survived. Only a papier-mâché cornice remains. But this photo, taken in 1924, shows that there was once a fine decorative ceiling. It's now lost, but this photograph provides us with the evidence to recreate it. Paint analysis shows that the walls were originally painted a lovely deep teal blue. We even know what furniture Lady Rockingham had, thanks to the inventory taken when her husband died in 1782.
Two mahogany secretaries, inlaid with holly and ebony. A writing table, sycamore, stained and inlaid with holly, with a drawer.
So we have a wonderfully complete picture of how Lady Rockingham decorated and furnished her parlour. In 1782, the Wentworth Woodhouse estates were inherited by the 4th Earl Fitzwilliam. He commissioned architect John Carr to remodel the east front. A second floor was added to both wings of the house and to the 2 quadrants. For the south tower, this alteration provided access to the upper chamber from inside the house for the very first time. We don't yet know when, but at some point a brick porch was added to the rear of the tower on the footbridge to make sure that the new internal entrance was entirely under cover. Our floor plan from 1832 shows the upper chamber being used as the study of the Fitzwilliam heir, Lord Milton, and the rooms in the second floor quadrant as the governess's bedroom, a housemaid's room, and a small bathroom. After the Second World War, the Fitzwilliams leased most of Wentworth Woodhouse to the West Yorkshire Council, and the house became the Lady Mabel College of Physical Education for Women. The upper chamber became a music room and then a sitting room for the students. The rooms in the quadrant became bathrooms and toilets, and the whole of the south wing of the house became a dormitory. However, the maintenance backlog was building up. In 1979, the Lady Mabel College merged with Sheffield Polytechnic, but in 1986, educational use came to an end. The Fitzwilliam trustees decided to sell the house. Despite the new owner's best efforts, decades of neglect followed. In 2017, the house was acquired by the Wentworth Woodhouse Preservation Trust with a mission to secure a sustainable future for the whole site. A new chapter had begun.
Now, building preservation charity the Landmark Trust aims to restore the upper chamber to how it looked under the second Marchioness in the 1770s and to convert adjoining rooms on the upper floor of the quadrant as bedroom, bathroom and kitchen. This will turn these rooms into a magnificent and very special place that anyone can book for a self-catering holiday. There'll also be regular access to the upper chamber for day visitors. If the money can be raised, we can be on site in summer 2026. But the Landmark Trust needs your help to do so. If you can, please support the appeal to ensure the revival and survival of this unique part of the Wentworth Woodhouse story.